That looks sick.
Oh, no, 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 no. We're not playing that. Oh, Lord. Alright, hi. Welcome to the stream, if anybody's here. Hello, welcome to the stream. Can you guys hear me fine? Excuse me, goodness. Hello. Hello, everybody. Anyways, welcome to the stream. Today is just gonna be, I'm just gonna be chilling. We're gonna be playing games. But yeah. Okay. So a little while ago, there was this game that came out called Kitsune Zero. It's actually like a sequel to a little indie game. I think it's Bernie's World or whatever. It's like a SNES Mario style game. I saw somebody play it. Somebody in my subscriptions play it, and was like, okay. So I don't know.
The samurai of the Ogre Fang clan have formed a pact with a faction of ambitious evil spirits to conquer the surrounding region. The Onmyoji, a group of diplomats, scholars, sages, and wizards dedicated to peace and stability, discovered the plot and have called upon the Kitsune, messengers and servants of the deity Inari. Our story begins as Yumi, an adventure-loving kitsune, is meeting with Yasunori, a young, bookish Onmyoji.
The dark pact the Ogre Fang clan made with the Oni is already destabilizing the region. We need your help to stop them!
It was smart of the Onmyoji to send such a cutie to ask for help.
I'm surprised this has voice acting, actually.
But
it's not bad.
Thank you! Will you aid us?
Sure, but I'll need you to do your part as well.
Of course. But I'm not a warrior. So you'll have to do the adventuring, while I stay here
Let
to
me
prepare
turn my
the
gain up real
ritual.
quick so you guys can hear me better. Does it sound good?
Ooh, what do you need me to do?
I need you to gather the 3 Ogre Fang relics. With those, I can cast the ritual to break the spirit pact.
Sure, it sounds fun. And when I get back, we can go on a date.
What the fuck? Wait, why does she sound familiar?
Whew,
Okay, there we go. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it's kind of, so this is exactly like Mario, basically. Okay. Yeah, that's basically Mario. I'm okay with this though. Like I'm a sucker for like for a platformer with just some basic movement, you know, just something that I could just vibe to. Okay, Oh, is this the fireball? Oh, hell yeah. This is the fireball. Oh my god. Okay, okay. I did hear that this game does have a sequel as well, and like it's actually like a lot better, because this is literally just like more of like a Mario like clone, which I'm okay with, you know. It's not the worst thing in the world. If it's fun to play, then it's fun to play. It's not something that like I actively like I'm bothered by. Oh, okay, Superstar, nice, nice. I do like how it tries to replicate the SNES like look of it. And like, if I'm not mistaken, this isn't even made with the NES maker, with the NES maker, right? Have you heard that series has finally been canceled? Yeah, yes, I have, and I'm not gonna hold you. I saw it coming a mile away. Saw it coming a mile away because that show's been shit for the last fucking 4 years. So I'm not surprised. I know about the Kickstarter and how it failed and all that shit. And look, as much as I feel bad, I do not. At the same time, I can't help but feel. Okay, I fucking died. I saw it coming. All I'm gonna say is that I saw it coming a mile away. I reckon if I was actually just talking about that with a friend not too long ago. For someone who's like not even into CBB anymore or Verbal Ace's content, that was definitely a discussion I had to let out of my system. Chat, I swear I'm not washed. Okay, you son of a bitch. How did I not collect that? What the fuck? Okay. But yes, I'm very much aware about the Kickstarter thing. I was told about it. I checked it out. Yeah. Again, I hate to be that guy, but I saw it coming a mile away. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, oh, okay. This is probably going to be a short game, I'm not going to lie. This is probably going to be a short game.
It is too late for you and the Onmyoji to stop us, Kitsune.
Oh, you actually think you can win? That's adorable.
Do not mock the Ogre Fang clan. Our might is beyond your comprehension.
You keep telling yourself that. Anyhow, I'm off to nab the next relic.
Had the slowest painful death to a series I've ever seen. You know what? I think it's a good time I go on a tangent about it, actually, because I think I haven't spoken about it ever since like I did my last ranking video all that time ago. But I guess now's the perfect time for me to like just kind of put it all what is it? put it all out there now. I don't know, man. Just like that whole show itself. Like, okay, I know everyone's immediately gonna ask me, oh, it's about the 50k shit that you don't, the reason why you don't like Verbal Ace. No, I've been not liking the direction he's taken his content way before that. I don't care about that. Like, that shit's stupid. Don't get me wrong, that shit's really fucking dumb. But I don't care about that. It's like, it's not anything harmful. It's dumb, but it's whatever. But my whole thing is that ever since the launch of his Discord server, he managed the show fucking terribly. It was abysmal. Like, ever since his whole thing with, like, the character voting bias, he got rid of the tournament style because of the character bias shit. Then he constantly kept backpedaling and making excuses about, like, all the bad decisions he made with the show. Like, getting rid of covers because, oh, they don't make me as much money. And getting rid of the tournament style. And then pushing a lot of people away. Like, that's the thing. Before the Discord server, I was perfectly fine. Before Ace did the Discord server, I had no problem with his content. Like, even if I didn't care. Look, when I, like, look, I don't like, the content. I don't really enjoy most of, like, his content post-2022. Or, I should say post-season 1. Because, post-season 2, actually, sorry. Because the content itself was like, it just got worse and worse over time. Like, every battle, every performance that he made post, like, Shadow vs. Vegeta sounded even more generic than the last. The beatboxes were so they were so mediocre. And, like, look, animation's good, alright? That's, like, yes, I agree, the animation's good. But I never cared about the show. I never cared about the show because of the animation. I cared about the show because I like the concept. Because I like competition shows. I love I mean, for fuck's sakes, my like, nowadays, I lean more towards, like, making videos on, like, other competition-based shows like BFDI and, what is it? Or, well, not even BFDI. Like, that's, like, the main competition series. Like, I love competition shows. Like, I love having, like, a viewer engagement within videos like that because it's fun. It's fun to have a community to engage with that sort of content in, you know? Have, like, the viewers actually, like, influence, like, a show like that. You know? That's why I love shit like BFDI and, other, like, fun object shows like that. Or even, like, other, like, versus shows I don't really speak that much about. Like, there's not a lot I watch, but CBB was different because it actually, like, had a formula that was unique compared to the other versus style.
You
Hold on.
again? Are you here to monologue some more?
Your disrespectful attitude is shameful.
Well, if we're sharing our feelings, go hit your head on a corner of tofu and die!
That really does sound familiar. I feel like I know the voice actor for this, but I can't say. What was I saying, though? Oh, yeah. Ever since he did the Discord server, though, he's made bad decision after bad decision. And, okay, so, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember back originally, the original plan was that back in 2023, after I made my, my third ranking video on the show, it was gonna be a video talking about, my issues with Ace's, like, new content, like, his modern content. It wasn't even gonna be, like, a harsh thing. It was just gonna be, like, I think in a way he needs to be careful, or, like, he needs to, like, understand, like, the decisions he's making aren't really, like, the best. This is, Kitsune Zero, by the way, fun guy. The decisions that he makes with the show are not, like, gonna benefit him. Because since CBB is a very community-driven show, it always has. Since CBB has always kind of been a community-driven show, like, and if you're gonna, like, push your community away and make all these bad decisions, then make all these bad decisions that's gonna turn off your audience, then your show's gonna die out. And that's exactly what happened. He made so many bad decisions, and then he made all these shitty decisions with the tournament style, with the character bias shit, removal of covers, and all this crap. And then when it turns out he was, whenever he was saying a lot of out-of-pocket shit in the Discord server when that whole fucking 50k scandal happened, at that point, nobody really cared about his stuff anymore. Like, a lot of people lost respect for him after that. And, look, I'm not saying Adam is a bad person. I'm not saying he's a bad person at all. But the way he managed the show and the Discord server was fucking awful. And that's ultimately what led to the death of the show. That's ultimately what made the show fucking fall into obscurity. That's what made the show lose its relevance, because genuinely, I think people kind of forget how much influence a creator has over their show. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, obviously I know it's obvious. That's obvious. But what is it? It's obvious that the creator has, major influence in their own show, because, they created the fucking thing. But, I mean, they have influence in, how the viewers perceive it. Why do you think, Ren and Stimpy isn't a very well-respected franchise these days? Because people don't like John Kricfalusi. And, look, that's not to say Ace is anything like John K. That's not the comparison I'm making. The point I'm illustrating is that the creator has a huge influence on how the viewer perceives the show. Why did I confuse with a Banjo-Kazooie side-scroller? It kind of does look a little bit like Banjo, or Crash. Not Crash, Banjo or Bubsy. Well, not really, but, I see the confusion. But no, this is a Kitsune Zero. This is an indie game. Okay. I'm not big... If there's one thing I don't like about this game so far, it's the jumping physics are really weird. Because, the thing is, because in Mario, you could, you could jump and then, press the A button while you're jumping on an enemy to gain further height and momentum. You can't do that with this. No, and look, Millie, I don't disagree with that, but that's the thing. The art versus, the separate art versus from the artist critique can only, go so far. Because the thing is, when you separate the art from the artist, you have to also remember that the art is a reflection of the artist's, vision. Look at what happened to shows like Rick and Morty or again, Ren and Stimpy when the creator wasn't involved. Nobody likes it. There was a Ren and Stimpy reboot that was leaked in 2024, and nobody liked it. Nobody fucking liked it because it lacked John K's what is it? Because John K wasn't even involved with it. Nobody liked it because it didn't capture any of the spirit that made it Ren and Stimpy. I mean, I wouldn't have liked it regardless because I don't like Ren and Stimpy in general. But you can only take that the whole art versus the art, separate the art from the artist thing argument so far. Because again, the art is more times than not going to be a reflection of the artist's vision. And when you don't have the original artist's vision, the show, the art is basically just what does the art really serve? Okay, that's bullshit. Also, hello, Jello. I saw you in the chat earlier, man. But hello. But yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. For those of you guys who keep asking me about CBB, yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it. It's that's why I kind of don't talk about Ace's content anymore, because I just do not like... I generally just did not like the direction he was taking his show. And the way he was... the decisions he was making. The fucking beatboxes were ass, too, by the way. Most of the shit that he's made post Shadow vs. Vegeta was fucking garbage. Even the Sonic vs. SpongeBob one everyone was gassing up to me, I fucking thought it was shit. I still think it's shit. I don't think it's good at all. But I guess for me, it's so disappointing because I used to consider Ace like my favorite YouTuber, and he was one of my biggest
Foolish
inspirations for
kitsune.
Hatman and Donald, actually.
You may have the components for the spell, but we have your Onmyoji.
You villains are always capturing cute guys like Yasu. And it's up to heroines like me to save them. Couldn't you guys try something different, like capturing a princess?
You can mock all you want, Kitsune. But my clan will have the last laugh.
That's what you think. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a tail.
I know somewhat unrelated, but what was your favorite CBB episode? Probably the, I don't know, I guess, one of the Deadpool episodes. Oh, shit. Vision. Hold up. Let me do something real quick before I, like, read your comment, Alex. Because I think you're probably gonna, like, say something that I'm just gonna immediately not disagree. I'm immediately gonna agree with. Yeah, CBB fucking sucks, dude. The creator's vision is a clear identity of whatever project they make. Exclude the creator, you're left with the weak ideas from the. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I was. That's exactly what I was saying, Alex. That's exact. I completely agree with that. That's exactly. I completely agree with that. Shit. I was gonna say something interesting. Damn, I actually lost my train of thought just now. Do you know that Death Battle did Ash versus Yugi last year? No. Again, I don't watch Death Battle, so I'm not really caught up on what they do. I kind of like Black Panther vs. Sonic. Black Panther vs. Sonic is a good one, yeah. Like, honestly, any episode from season 1 that isn't Pikachu versus Groot would, like, I would say it's like, oh, that's a good one. Honestly, just any of the round 2s, mostly. Any of the round 2s or round 3s. I'd even say, honestly, even the finale, I don't, like, even the season finale was, I'd say, was solid. Like, people say this finale was pretty mid. And I was like, I don't know, I thought it was good. I liked it. It's the last time I actually genuinely thought CBB was not a fucking garbage series. Well, okay, I'm being a little harsh because, like, it's not, it's just, that's just kind of, like, discarding everything that I, like, everything that I kind of, like, liked about the show. But yeah, I don't know. I liked the, I did like the final episode. I liked practically every episode from season 1 after, like, I don't know. I need to rewatch. I might rewatch the show one day. Yes, it is Mario. It is very based on Mario. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll rewatch the show one day, I suppose. But yeah, Black Panther vs. Sonic is a good one. The day that episode came out was like a fucking day to remember. I remember. So I'm just talking personally though, because like I remember back then, cause a couple of friends of mine, back in the day, right after that episode came out, I saw a couple of friends of mine in like a Discord server, and we were playing. They were playing Among Us. I didn't play, and at the time, this is my first time playing the game, and it was generally one of the most fun days I've ever fucking had, bro. And I was like still stressed over like what is it, like online school, because like, you know, this is during quarantine. It was really fun though. I loved it. Son of a bitch. Yeah, the jumping in this game is kind of weird. Or I'm just not used to it. Cause like, I'm so used to like the jumping physics in Mario. You mentioned that this is an indie game, but what's your favorite indie game? My favorite game of all time is The Binding of Isaac: Repentance. Like, not even my favorite indie game. That's just my favorite game ever. I've done multiple streams where I played it. There needs to be an Among Us stream, and there needs to be good Among Us players in it. Genuinely speaking, I really want to, like, do another Among Us stream with friends. Like I did for my birthday back in 2021. That was one of them. That was fun as fuck, dude. Like, I would love to do that. Like, get a lot of friends in the call. Like, get in the call and, like, play Among Us type shit. Like, that sort of thing. Because, dude... Because I've been playing Among Us, like, for the funnies. Every here or there. Like, ever since, like, they had, like, the whole Summer Games Fest announcement. Like, I've apparently Among Us might be in, like, some sort of resurgence. I actually heard that from one of my, associates just a few days ago, that Among Us has kind of been like on a resurgence now, and I was like, oh, that's nice. I don't know, because Among Us is a fun game, you know. It's a fun game with friends. I might see about playing there's another game I actually played with another group of friends, Goose Goose Duck. It's basically like an Among Us clone, but with what's it called, but with proximity chat. And I was like, yeah, no, I want to play that game again. There we go. You son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, I've yet to try out Goose Goose Duck Loops. Yeah, no, that's why I've been trying to get you to play it, Alex, because it's actually really fun. When they added hide and seek, really? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I just kind of think Among Us was a bit of a fad, and then like it just kind of, you know, when it came out, but after it kind of like regained, oh, again, I think lately. Are you gonna watch Teapot 24 in theaters? I'm not. If you're asking if I'm going to the meetups, I'm not. I wanted to go, but no, money's tight for me right now. Working on Hatman and Donald episodes 5, remaster, and 6. Well, not remastered, more of a re-edit. Oh, shit. Oh, shittings. Re-edit of 5 and episode 6, if you saw the community post. I have actually been, like, getting better at animating with the animation software that I've been transitioning to, ToonSquid. I kind of gotten, like, been getting used to it, but, like, I'm still trying to figure out how, like, to use specific features like tweening, like, tweens and, like, frames, or just kind of, like, the workflow. The workflow is what I'm trying to get used to, because I'm so used to my workflow on Doink, and I'm so used to how it looks on Doink, but I kind of want to, like, use ToonSquid better. I want to see, I definitely want to, like, use ToonSquid a lot more. Because, like, I definitely think with some practice, it will be my preferred animation software over time. Like, I also, like, gotten better at, Animate CC, because, like, back in 2022, I actually picked Animate back up, Adobe Animate CC. And, you even saw me, my improvement with my little BFDI animation I posted back in April. But I definitely think I'm going to try ToonSquid out a lot more, because that's going to be my major animation program. would you ever plan on going to one of the BFDI finales in theaters? I already saw BFDIA. I already saw BFDIA 25 in theaters. I actually have the lanyard from the BFDIA premiere. If I ever go to one of the meetups and meet Michael and Carrie, I'm literally gonna wear my thing. What was your opinion on the BFDIA finale, and who do you think deserved to win? I loved the BFDIA finale. I thought it was a fantastic way to wrap up the season, and I agree with the winner. And I'm happy they won. Like, part of me really wanted Coiny to win, because Coiny was my favorite character when Shattered came out. But after Shattered, that's when I was rooting for the actual person who ended up winning. If you ever do give them have them give you a shout out? Maybe. Oh, actually, here's a little fun fact for y'all. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Carrie actually drew Hatman on on one of his streams with I think it was Catherine, the voice of Eggy and Jammy, on his Real Carrie H channel. He actually drew Hatman back when Hatman Donald first came out, because I remember I donated to his live chat asking if he could draw Hap, and he did. It was so funny. I had him as my PFP for a while.
You may have won this battle, Kitsune, but I will have my vengeance one day.
Do I have a screenshot of that? Yes, I do, actually. I will show it right now. I'm being serious, by the way. That's not a joke. Okay, and there's no final fight. Okay. I remember back in 2020, during Zoom classes, I would turn off my camera and speaker and blast his World Saber from Sonic 6. Imagine Shadow beatboxing dissing Luigi.
Of course I did.
I don't
It's
think
hard to
Luigi
go on a
would
date
go against
with you if
Shadow,
you're a
but okay.
captive.
With Yasunori rescued and the 3 relics gathered, Yasunori cast the ritual.
But yeah, let me find a
and broke the
screenshot real
dark
quick on my
pact
phone.
between the Ogre Fang clan and the evil spirits, leading to the swift and complete destruction of the samurai. Refugees of the war founded a village in their former territory, which later grew by leaps and bounds when it agreed to take in numerous beastkin. As for our heroes, Yumi dragged Yasunori on the date she wanted. Then another. And another. In due course, they were married and had a daughter they named Yuzu. Their family lived in relative peace for many years, until Yuzu grew older. But that is a story for another day. Another Kitsune tale.
Okay, yeah, that was a pretty short game. Continue with the credits. I want to see who voiced Kitsune. But yeah, let me try and find it real quick. Okay, so Sean Chiplock. Okay, I didn't... Yeah! I knew that was fucking, Michelle Nwatz. Like, it literally just hit me right before her name showed up. So, Michelle Nwatz, that's actually, that's like someone from Pokemon. Like, she was the voice of, Jessie, May, and Misty post 4Kids. And I was like, wait, that does sound like her. Oh my god. Yeah, I recognize her fucking... Yeah, no, I noticed that sounded like a lot like her. I'm a little surprised they got her for this, but hey, cool. But yeah, let me find the Hatman and Donald screenshot real quick, because I'm getting distracted a lot. My fault, sorry. It was with... Okay. You know Sean Shiplock voices Kinger? Yeah, I know about that too. See, I know about Sean's work like way before Digital Circus, like way before. Like Sean Shiplock, I know him from ReZero and Breath of the Wild. I've known who he is way before Digital Circus. Oh, and Danganronpa. And Danganronpa, yeah. Out of all things in BFDI, what would you say has the most waste potential? That question is way too broad. That question is way too broad. I'm sorry. I can't answer that. Okay, what the fuck? It was I think it was after Cheesy Trio was released, actually. Let me try and find that. Let me see. Okay, okay. I found it. Now I just gotta... Hold up. So, let me actually stop showing my window real quick. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and Licorice Recoil, I forgot. How can I forget Licorice Recoil, bro? That's like my #1 glazed show. That's like the show I glaze the most. That is like the Xavier glazing show. Crazy Xavier glazing. Okay, so let me show you my screen real quick. But yeah, this actually did happen. On one of Carrie's streams. Hold up. Let me move this over here. God, I fucking hate this. This actually did happen on a stream with Carrie. So he was streaming with Catherine Sun, I think that's her name, the voice of Eggy and Jammy. He did this for a request. He actually had the show on like another tab, which that was fucking cool. It was on there for a good while, too. Oh my goodness, the old-fashioned Frenzy logo. Not logo, thumbnail. It looks so weird. The proportions were so weird. Oh, the old IMDb poster. That definitely needs to be updated. And then this is what he ended up drawing. It's a little jank, it's a little scuffed or whatever, but I don't care. It was enough to make 15-year-old Xavier happy. It was enough to make a fucking 16, 17-year-old Xavier happy. Would you ever play a Danganronpa game on stream? Honestly, no. I did back then. I did, but if I would, then someone were to talk about spoilers in the chat, and I just don't really like to do it. I really don't like to have that. Rather if like I'm playing through the game for the first time, or somebody's like watching me play the game for the first time, and that's their experience with Danganronpa, I wouldn't want that for anybody. Not to mention the Danganronpa games are so fucking long. It would be so long, dude. If you ever meet him in person, have him do an impression of you and Donald. No, I'm not gonna have him do that. No. The most I would probably do is like I would probably like just tell them about like my love for the show, and just talk about like some of the impressions I could do for BFDI, like some of the BFDI cast. That's it. The most I'll ever do is just talk about, like, say some of that. Oh, okay. We got a bonus. Hold on. We got a bonus stage, y'all. Have you ever watched Super Mario Bros. Z? I watched it a long ass time ago when I was like back in like the Newground 2000s days. I never watched it fully. I just kind of like watched a bit of it when I was like scrolling through the internet, like, because you know I was a kid. I was prone to do that. Oh God. Yes, I know about SMG. Yes, I used to subscribe to SMG4 Surface, but SMG4's content like never really appealed to me outside of like a couple of videos because of like the text to speech, like the speech to texting. Oh damn. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. I did hear the game's sequel is actually a lot better though. Oh lord. What is this? Secret. Oh, what the hell? Okay, there was a secret level hidden within a secret level. How's my Danganronpa progress? I finished 2. I finished 2, and that's it. And right now I'm just kind of taking a break because I'm really busy with things right now. So, chat. Okay, so the reason why I've actually been busy the last couple weeks actually is because, and why I actually haven't been able to post videos as often, is because I've been watching my sister's kids purely on my own because my grandma and my sister are both moved out of our house, so I literally just live with my mom only, and obviously I plan on going back to university eventually and getting my degree, getting my driver's license, and then moving out. Obviously getting a stable job and a career before I do any of that. So I'm trying to like get used to like more responsibilities as an adult, because truth be told, I'm definitely not the most responsible person out there. But you know, that's why I've been watching my sister's kids for the past 2 weeks, because my grandma is actually fucking hell, is actually going to be gone for the month in Mexico. So now it's just me watching the kids by myself. And they're a handful, definitely, but you know, as their godparent, like, cause I am a godfather, and it's cute, you know. I really enjoyed it a lot, you know, like as rough as it is, and as time consuming as it is, I love those girls a lot. I really do. Like, when I was going through shit during my break, those girls generally were like part of what kept me sane. You know, just seeing the smiles on their face really made me want to do whatever I could for those girls. And like, look, and again, I'm not the most responsible person. Millie, I'm already an uncle. But no, whenever I tried doing all that for it, I pretty much would love to. I purely do it because I care for those girls a lot, you know. And I know I shouldn't be getting too personal, because like this is, god damn it, I'm trying to jump on the head. I guess I'm just kind of like rambling about shit. But fuck, what was I gonna say? Damn, I actually forgot what I was gonna say. But no, I really do everything I can for those girls, because like those girls really do mean like the fucking world to me, you know. Like, they're like, as much as rough as it can be, like seeing the smiles on their faces and having an impact on their lives, just seeing the way they are, just seeing how happy they are, it brightens up my fucking day. Genuinely. Like, my goddaughters will literally look at me. Like, one of my eldest goddaughter, who's, like, turning 3 this year, actually. Next month. She sees everything that I do and immediately wants to do what I do. Like, she sees, like, all my... Like, they rarely ever come into my room. Because I keep it on... Because most of my room, like... Because I have a lot of fragile, like, items in my room. And I don't want them to, like, break anything. And they immediately look at it and want to play with everything because they think everything's a toy, which it's not. It's fine, you know. I'm not mad about it because, like, you know, kids are kids, you know. It's perfectly fine. But that's why it's like I keep my stuff like very secretive. But at the same time, I also like let them play with some of my less valued stuff, like my Sonic plushes or my Mario plushes that I use for my plush videos. I'll let them play with those because those are, like, items that are like, yeah, no, I could just let them play with them because, like, it's plush videos. Because I used to love doing plush videos, and if those kids like doing, if they're attached to plushes like I am, then they're probably gonna grow up with, like, a kind of mindset like I have with plush videos. That's exactly how your nephew is. That's awesome. Will I ever continue? I generally like this show the best. See, okay, I don't know if you're aware of, like, what happened with that and, so, I'm not gonna say too much about it, because I really, that's, the last thing I want is, like, for more, like, the last thing I want is for more, like, shit to hit the ceiling. But it's not that I don't want to continue that or the other show that I wanted to do. It's the fact that I don't feel safe or comfortable, like, continuing it. And normally I shouldn't have to feel like that because, you know, it's my own show. But for reasons I generally just don't want to get into, I'd rather not continue it. That's why I am only focusing on, like, my main series, Hatman and Donald. Cause not only it's easier because, you know, that show is like, you know, if I work on that, nobody's gonna have a problem with it because nobody, like, it's literally just me that's involved with it, you know? So it's literally just me and just whoever's around me are involved with it, you know? And I'd much rather keep it that way because I enjoy working on Hatman and Donald a lot. I enjoy when the episodes come out and when people like them, even if I'm not the biggest fan of, like, some decisions that I've made with the show, previously, I very much enjoy what it's evolved into, you know? Like, back in 2022, I wanted to reboot the show altogether because I was like, I don't like the Disney characters or the Pokemon characters. But then, like, you know, some of my friends were like, I mean, I get why, but at the same time, Xavier, you gotta remember, like, it's just an internet show that's, like, and, like, you're, at least with the concept, you're doing something unique with the characters. At least you're not, like, taking the characters one, like, it's not, because the thing is, Happy Thorn's a weird case, because, like, it's a fun, like, how do I say it? It's a show that's so, like, like, the concepts aren't entirely original, but it feels like it really does have its own unique flair to it that makes it stand out. Like, the characters are not one-to-one with, like, what the characters they're based off of. Like, we have, yeah, like, Mickey is, like, a good example. Like, Mickey's not a huge, like, Mickey's obviously, like, you know, Disney. well, I don't even know if like Mickey's the best example because Mickey's public domain now. But even then, like even before Mickey became public domain, Mickey and Happy and Donald's significantly different compared to Mickey and Mickey you see in other like cartoons and or even other parody cartoons, because like everybody portrays Mickey as like this corporate overlord at the face of Disney, when it's like, guys, Mickey's just a charming guy. He's just kind of he's just going by his normal life and just enjoying it. He's just a swell fella. So instead of like doing what everybody does for parody about Mickey, no, instead I just had a fun. I just made Mickey a scientist, because of a play on words, lab rat. And Donald, I just kind of made him this oblivious, chill guy, because Donald was basically based off of my imaginary friend as a kid. He was basically based off of an imaginary friend. Mickey's not corporate just because he's the face of Disney. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what you see on a lot of parodies. It's such a cliche. That's why I never went with that, because it was such a cliche, and it just kind of felt like Mickey slander. I know that's such a dumb term to use, Mickey slander, but like that's how I feel though. Imagine it becomes an indie show some nowadays. It won't. It won't. Happy and Donald's not. No. It won't. But I really do want Hatman and Donald to, like, do better. Because, like, Episode 4... I'm not going to say Episode 4 underperformed or anything. But, like, I do really hope that, like, it performs better in order for us to get episodes out quicker. Son of a bitch. But yeah, that's my thing with Happy and Donald though. It's like I'm not gonna say it's the most original concept out there. Like it obviously has characters from other shows. Hello BFMYT. I'm not gonna say like it has the most original concept out there, but like it's a show that I have a lot of like fun working on, because like a lot of my friends and we have a lot of fun working on the show, and we make a lot of interesting fun concepts for episodes. And the way that we kind of like make these characters our own, like genuinely speaking, it's generally some of the most fun I've had working on any series. Like, look, I've had so much fun working on all my series to an extent. Even the show that was brought up earlier that I don't want to mention. Son of a bitch. Even if it's like about the show that even when it's the show that I don't want to mention, I've had fun working on all my shows to an extent. But Hatman and Donald's the one that I've always like felt was like the show that reflected who I am the most, And that's kind of why Hatman and Donald's always just kind of been the series that I've always wanted to have around. Like look, again, I wish I would like to continue my competition shows that were, canceled. Eventually, like one day. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I would love to give those shows a definitive end and like finish their stories. And I know a lot of people want to see the ending, want to see how those shows will conclude. But of course, again, but like when it comes to Hatman and Donald, when it comes to Hatman and Donald though, I'd rather focus on that right now, because that is my main priority. I'd much rather just keep it to that, because Hatman and Donald is my main series, and it's like it's the show that reflects who I am the most, and that's why I want it to do well. What's my favorite Nintendo console? Probably the Wii. Wii or the Switch 2, I guess. Son of a bitch. Probably the Wii, actually. Yeah, I probably will say the Wii. The Wii is really... It's like a nostalgia console to me. Like, look, I have a bunch of nostalgia for the Wii U, but it is not a good console. Like, look, I could be nostalgic for something, but not acknowledge it, but acknowledge it's not very well made. Like, the Wii U, I have a lot of nostalgia. I am very nostalgic for the Wii U. I fucking love the Wii U. It's not a good console, though. It's not a good console. Back in the day, I was so upset that it failed. Like, back when I was, like, in middle school, I was so upset that it failed. And it really did bum me out. But then I was looking at it again, I was like, yeah, I can see why it failed. It wasn't a very good console. The gamepad is one of the most comfortable controllers I've ever fucking held. Doesn't mean it was a very functional controller, though. You prefer the Nintendo DS over the Wii? The DS is good too, but I don't think a lot of I don't think a lot of DS titles have aged very well, though. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bangers on the DS, but, like, I think a fair amount of titles on the DS also haven't aged very well. Mario Kart DS! Anyway, yeah. That's just my whole stance. Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. The thing is with the... If there's a console library I also don't think has aged very well, it's like I think it's the 3DS as well. The 3DS is not a bad console, but the library is really subpar looking back. Like, it's one of the... Like, look, modding the 3DS and the Wii is really fun as shit. Like, I will 100% give you that. I don't know, but, like, in terms of, like, the actual, like, library of it, though, it's not great. There's a... Like, the 3DS is, like, the most 7 out of 10 console I've ever played. Like, most of the... I know the whole thing with the 3DS is that, like, oh, it's a handheld, you know, so... But, like, even then, it's like, I don't know, even compared to the DS, like, a lot of the titles on the 3DS are, like, so... It's just so, like, play for 30 minutes and that's it. You know? That's just my thing with the 3DS, even compared to the DS. Fuck, I overshot. I feel like the style of episode 4 and 5 have seemed the right direction to take Hatman and Donald. I agree wholeheartedly. I 100% agree. What? I jumped on his fucking head. Okay, but yeah, no, Amelia, I agree 100%. That's part of why I've been a lot more confident in the show now than I used to before. This. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, shittings. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank God. I would have been pissed if I fell. Have more of a Western cartoon anime style would cool to have. I mean, that's kind of what the show is like, you know. It has like a mixture of both, like a Western and anime influence. You know, ironically enough, Happy and Donald, I originally wanted it to like have a Japanese dub before like an official, like before releasing the actual like episodes in English. But you know, I think it could have a bit of both. Also, hi Wooly. I think it's fair if it just like if it just focuses on being a cartoon first and foremost. Especially now, since like BFDI has been a bigger influence on Hatman and Donald recently too. See, here's the interesting thing about it too, because Hatman and Donald has like because Hatman and Donald's kind of survived like through fucking 2 eras of the show now, through 2 eras of the channel now, like. You can kind of see how different the show is throughout the 2 eras that it's lived in. You know, like the Polka Dot era and the Redacted era. Son of a bitch. I'm doing okay, by the way, Wooly. I'm not... Yeah, I'm doing alright. How many seasons will they have again? Well, I can't... Again, it depends on the show's, like... It depends on, like, the show's traction. Like, if people, you know, still care about it once Season 1's over. Because I'm gonna be real... Depending on what happens, like with the show, or if like if the budget is there, if the hype is there, and if people actually want to see like more, then like Season 1 we might not even make Season 2. Like if everything's still radio silent by the time Season 1 ends, there probably won't be a Season 2. Or there will. No, there will. Never mind. Sorry. I'm not being too doom and gloom about it, but it really does depend on like how like strong the support for the show is. And it's not because, oh, money's all I care about, money's all I give a fuck about. It's like, no. I've never been that type of person at all. But you have to understand, there's a lot goes into making a show like Hatman. Even a show like Hatman and Donald. Even if you don't like Hatman and Donald, even if you don't respect what I do, then like you have to at least understand that like shit goes in, like a lot of shit goes into it. Like there's voice actors that I have to pay. Well, sorry, not that me and like my director has to pay. Mainly my director. I still gotta fucking pay him back for a lot of it. There's like scripts that go into it. There's like actual like direction, animation. Like and if we end up hiring more people. If we end up hiring more people for the show, then the budget's only gonna get higher. The budget we need is only gonna like get higher, and that's the thing too. It's like my thing is like I would start a Kickstarter for Hatman and Donald, but I don't know if Hatman and Donald having a Kickstarter would violate Kickstarter's like terms of service because it contains copyrighted characters. And I wouldn't want to do that because, like, what if I want to do another Kickstarter campaign for something, like, for something else that I want to, like, crowdfund, you know? And I'm not, and look, despite what a lot of you guys think, my audience is not, like, big enough to, like, withhold a crowdfunding campaign. Like, I mean, we were just talking about it earlier, but if fucking Verbal Ace's crowdfunding campaign failed for his main series, fucking Hatman and Donald having a crowdfunding campaign wouldn't be any better. it would probably fail just as badly, if not worse. Fuck. Maybe buy merch so it could fund the show? I mean, but like, and like, you again, you have to understand that like I'm not Glitch Productions. I can't just produce merch like on a whim. Like I don't want to sound like an asshole or like I'm just like I'm shooting most of your guys' ideas down, but it's just like you have to understand a lot goes into making a project like this or anything like of this scale. Like it's not something that I could easily do. Like I can't just put out merch and expect a lot of people to buy it and have those funds go into the show, because you can't is my channel monetized? It is monetized, but like YouTube's monetization ever since they moved to like from views to watch hours, it's not it's been a lot harder to make back fundings on YouTube. Like with the view count on my actual videos, my analysis like heavy videos, with my analysis heavy videos, it's like it takes because of like how inconsistent the view count usually is, it takes like 2 to 4 months for me to even get $200. Because it's not even just based off of view count, it's also based off of, like, the general, like, watch time. Well, no, it isn't based off of view count. Like, view count plays a role in it, don't get me wrong. But, like, it's more focused on watch time, if anything. That's why, like, there were times where I do try to aim for, like, 10-minute videos in order to, like, meet that requirement, like, in order for, like, the videos to be pushed more. Because, like, obviously, and again, when I say most of this, it's don't assume that I'm doing all this YouTube stuff for money. I'm really not. Like, that is, like, completely unrelated. The only reason I'm talking about funding is because, you know, because I really want Hatman and Donald Season 1 to be finished. I really do want Hatman and Donald Season 1 to be finished. I want it to be finished soon. Like, this year is, like, let's be real. This year, it's not possible for it to be finished. Like, we're gonna get episodes 5 and 6 out. Like, well, 5's already done. Like, I'm pretty sure half of you guys here have already seen 5. But I'm talking about like getting the re-edit for 5 done. Well, that's already like that's like all but confirmed to come out like in the next month or so. But 6 though, since that's going to be fully animated going forward, the show's going to be fully animated. Like there's only so much that I could do by myself, you know. Especially in a specific time frame, because like people ask me, what's your upload schedule like? What's your upload schedule like? And it's like, look, I would love to answer that for you guys, but I don't have an answer. Like, I can't give you that answer because it's not something that that's in my control. Like, working on a show like this up to this scale, working on a show that runs for 15 to 22 minutes, fully animated, fully scripted, fully voice acted, it takes a while. It really does take a while, you know? And time's always so short these days. I am still looking for animators, and, like, thankfully I get paid, 2 days from now, actually. On Monday, I actually do get paid. No, Tuesday I get paid. I get paid on Tuesday for my revenue from last month. And I'm sadly losing out on a lot of time this month to, gain some... to make some revenue for next month as well. Well, makes revenue for this month, I get paid for next month. And I am going to a convention next month as well. Which which I'm all for. I'm all excited for. I really am. It's a smaller convention, and it's like, oh, cool. I get to I get to meet other voice actors and like get to be a part of a community. And it's like, oh, nice. Like, you know, it would be my dream to like go to like to be a guest for a convention, because I love conventions. They're some of my favorite things. They genuinely one of the major things that actually like kept my like mental like that kept me like mentally sane. So like whenever my mental health was like deteriorating, what actually kind of helped my mental health a lot, even though it was a lot of money, it was still like a way for me to like get out of my comfort zone and talk to people a lot more, because and that's what ultimately made me become a lot more talkative as a person. Conventions in general have been a big help to my mental. As someone who wants to become an aspiring animator, how long does it take for you to animate episodes? So back then, before the show became fully animated, it roughly took around like 4 to 3 months at best if I was fully on the grind. But you gotta remember, sometimes burnout happens, sometimes shit doesn't really like stick the landing, or sometimes an episode just comes out much like longer than usual. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Scrapped episode back when it was originally supposed to come out, that was supposed to come out like back in September, but it came out in December. It got delayed to December because I got COVID after I went to my first anime convention. That's when I was kind of going through a funk with my channel, and that's also when that's also when I was doing the other show that I don't want to bring up. Son of a bitch. If you ever find a job, I could help getting more. No, yeah, and that's the thing too. I've also been looking into like getting a retail job as well to spend money to save up for events, or save up for shows, or just generally just to help out with my mom, because again living on my own with my mom only but now. And again, that's also why I do really want to go back to university soon, because like I want to also like pursue like in a career that'll benefit me in the long run. Like even if the career is like something like computer science or something like that, so, you know. Damn. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. I got this is annoying. But yeah, that's just kind of my process with Hatman and Donald, and I'm sorry. I know we were talking like wasn't this like originally supposed to be a discussion about like the other shows that I made? Okay, full disclosure, I'd rather focus on Hatman and Donald right now, because that's just my only thing. That's only really all I can do, and the analysis videos. But I'd rather just keep it to that, and I would like to continue the you know, if it was up to me, I would like to continue those other shows that I've worked on. The problem is that it's not up to me, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just a problem. It's not. It unfortunately is not up to me. You would think it is, but it's not. But apparently, a lot of people say otherwise. But yeah. You son of a bitch. If there was one video you could remake, what would it be? Fuck. There's a lot. Series videos or just like general discussions? I'll tell you right now, none of them are from the Polka Dot era, because I think the Polka Dot era has been the most... I'm not gonna sound like a narcissist when I say this, because it's... look, it's not like it's not a narcissist. It's not a narcissistic thing to feel proud of what you've made. But I generally think that almost every video that the majority of the videos that I made from the Polka Dot era have genuinely been like some of my best work. Like, I generally think that, like, that's when my content has been getting this is generally the, like, era where I've been getting a lot more consistently. The quality with my videos has been a lot more consistent with my general, like, has been a lot more consistent in terms of, like, the quality, you know? What was I gonna say, though? Okay. So yeah, none of those videos are from the Polka Dot era, at all. Because I think all the Polka Dot era videos are I've been proud of all the Polka Dot era videos that I made. Okay, but from the other eras though. I guess if there were... See, because, like, the thing is, I do plan on remaking some of my old top 10 videos, eventually. Because back when I made my old top 10 videos from way long ago, I did not know jack shit about video editing. Like, I recorded everything off of, like, a fucking iPad with my phone. Like, not even a screen recorder. This is before iOS had, like, a built-in screen recorder. This is before I even knew how to work a screen recorder. This is back when my sister had a Toshiba laptop. And I barely used it. This is back before that Toshiba laptop. That's the thing. So, there was actually a commentary on, like, my old, like, on one of my videos from back then called, like, it was, like, the top 5 worst videos from great YouTubers. Like, I do like that video idea. I really do. The thing is, though, is, like, it's so, like, I'll talk more about that in a minute, but basically the whole it was a bad video. Let's just be real. It was not a very good video. No shit. But like the thing is with the video is like they mentioned that like oh yeah, but you have annotations, so you can only do that with like a computer or a laptop. Firstly, you can there was a way back then where you could do it on phone via the desktop mode on like iOS. But what is it? But even then, it's like that is like something you could do like on the YouTube website. Not like an actual like application. Which again, that's when I was using my 3D, not my 3DS. When I was using my sister's Toshiba laptop, I wasn't allowed to download anything onto it. Like even if it was like saved to download, because we didn't know what it was like. Like nowadays, I have a fucking PC, so I don't even have to worry about that anymore. But my sister's Toshiba laptop was fucking weak as hell. That's why whenever I was doing my old reaction videos, you heard the fan like constantly go on and off all the time, because the shit was overheating. It was underpowered. It was an old laptop that quite frankly wasn't meant to, shouldn't have even been used for video making to begin with. Not video game making, and definitely not for video game design either. Because, dude, I tried downloading Unity on that shit. That shit ran like ass. No, not Unity, sorry. I downloaded Unreal Engine on that shit. If my PC, the PC I have right now, can't even run Unreal Engine, think about what it was like on my fucking Toshiba laptop, dog. That shit was a bit, oh my god. It was horrible. But yeah, that was kind of my process when it came to video making back then. I wasn't good at it. I was not good at it. I didn't really do my research. I just wanted to make videos because I wanted to make videos. It was fun. I just wanted to make videos because I was just like, I was inspired by a lot of YouTubers at the time. Like that was one of my main hobbies like during my teenage years, just watching YouTube and watching a lot of channels. But yeah, nowadays it's just like I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in now, because like now it's like, oh, I'm a lot more experienced. I know a lot more about like video editing, about script writing, and about like and generally how I talk, you know? Like I finally like become one with myself. I finally learned a lot more about myself, and finally learned how to like articulate the way I talk in my videos. But hold on, my sister's calling me right now. Give me 1 minute, chat. There we go. I'm back. Sorry, chat. Okay. What was I saying, though? I was talking about... Okay. So I guess to answer your question, I guess... worst videos by good YouTubers, maybe? Like, I've been wanting to make that video, remake that video for years. Because, like, I've gone... Because, again, I've been a lot more experienced these days. I'm a lot more experienced now. And I definitely think, I've gotten a lot better at, like, discussion-type videos since 2022. That's when I did my Doraemon top 10. That's when I did my episode. That's when I did my Doraemon top 10. That's when I did my games of 2022 ranking. That's when I did my CBB rankings, actually. That's when I did my CBB rankings. That's really it. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it would probably be that, because that's been a video that's just been dying for a remake for a long time. For series videos though, definitely I would remake Fashion Frenzy though, because Fashion Frenzy really needs a fucking remake. I will tell y'all no, Fashion Frenzy will be getting a remake. I said this in the update video that Fashion Frenzy is getting a remake, because the episode itself is like, it's not. Look, Fashion Frenzy is not the worst video I've ever made. It's really not. But I am very harsh on it because I'm very disappointed in retrospective on how it turned out, because the episode was planned to be 22 minutes. The thing is, Happy and Donald was planned to be a 22-minute show from the beginning. But it got cut down because I rushed it. Because I was practically the only one working on it at the time. I was like, you know what? By the end of the year, I want to get an episode of Hatman and Donald out and genuinely continue the series. Because this was back when this was back before this was considered season 2. And the original Hatman and Donald is considered the pilot series now. Now that's why this is now that's why the current Hatman and Donald is now just considered Hatman and Donald season 1, because I'm sorry, look, the pilot series has its charm, but I don't consider it season 1 anymore. It doesn't feel like a first season for like a fully serialized show, you know? Like, it feels like a series of shorts that I made when I was 12, and that I feel completely disconnected from the series that I've made when I was 16. And truth be told, granted, that's kind of why I try not to be as harsh with Fashion Frenzy these days compared to before. Because Fashion Frenzy was obviously made when I was still, because Fashion Frenzy was like made during the drought era. That was the episode that was literally the only episode that came right out of the that was the episode that literally ended the drought era. But so at the time I still didn't have the most experience. Nowadays I do. I have a lot more experience with writing, and I am very fortunate to have other people write with me and help push my vision for the show a lot further. And yeah, we've written a lot more episodes now. And I hope to God that we get to finish this. Like me, one of my friends actually started a script on another episode for the season, and so far I'm looking forward to writing it with him. Like, we wrote an episode like earlier this year, like last month or so. Not last month, back in May, and we had so much fun with it. It was generally one of the most fun writing. It was actually one of the most productive things I've done during May. Outside of working on the Amy video. Wait, no, the Amy video was June. Never mind. But yeah, feels like it was trying too hard to be Slot Marvin L. Okay, I want to go that harsh. I want to be that harsh. It felt like the show, like the pilot series, was like kind of like trying to do a bunch of different things at once, you know? It was trying to be like dick figures. It was trying to be like a bit like that. It was trying to be it was trying to take aspects from a lot of like things that I liked at the time. And it kind of confused me at first why Happy Donald gave Sister that's the thing too. It's like that ending was really rushed. Like, that was easily the worst part of the episode. It's like how the ending just felt so rushed. I don't know. I don't like Fashion Frenzy. I'm not as harsh on it these days, but like I still do not like it very much. Like, I still think it is my least favorite episode of Happy and Donald. Oh my fucking goodness. Would I ever make a video explaining how you first came up with Happy and Donald? Sounds, maybe for like a commentary. So when the season ends, I actually do plan on doing like a commentary of the whole season. Cause my friend Tariq, he does a commentary for he did a commentary for like his show, The Adventure of Taji Dixon, for when he ended when he ended the season for the first season of his show. And now I plan to do a commentary. I also plan to do a commentary for Hatman and Donald with one or two of the main people who help with the show. And I could go into that. If not, then I might actually have its own dedicated. Then I could have like my own dedicated video talking about like what it was like making Happy and Donald, like how it was like conceptualized, like the beginning of it. I don't know. I guess that's just kind of like don't think I ever mentioned before how you came up with the ideas. So video playing would be cool. I guess, yeah, fair enough. Maybe. But I might explain it in like the commentary we do for season 1. It's gonna be like the Smiling Friends season 1 commentary for the DVD. Oh lord, oh lord, oh lord. Oh lordy. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I probably could explain like the history behind like Hatman and Donald, like probably when the season ends, actually. My my sister's so loud. Okay. Let's collect some. This game is okay, yeah. It's just kind of like it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's generic. It is like a more standard like Mario clone. I heard the sequel to this game is actually better. And again, I'm still not really big on the jumping physics, but like it's okay. I like the design of it's is pretty neat, you know. I don't know, when it comes to platformers, movement's the #1 thing I always pay attention to, because like if a player is not, if a game's not fun to control, then I'm not gonna enjoy it. Mario Galaxy alert. Anyway, let's see. And obviously, I do want like to continue Hatman as a franchise outside of Hatman and Donald as well, because obviously, I consider Hatman and Donald and in like the base Hatman franchise to be completely different things, you know, because like obviously there's like Hatman series characters in Hatman and Donald, because you know it is still technically like part of Hatman. There's a difference between Hatman and Super Hatman. You know, Super Hatman's the main timeline, main series, main franchise. While with the games and like the and all that shit, and Hatman and Donald is just like, you know, everything that I built up from the channel, you know, like all the copyrighted stuff basically. Although technically I can own Mickey from Hatman and Donald, because he, you know, Mickey's public domain and all. I just can't call him by Mickey Mouse. I can call him Mickey Francis. I'm joking, of course, but like if I could, I would. I would easily. Actually, let me see, because I remember someone actually did ask me something about like collabing or something like that. Why not own Donald? Donald's not public domain yet, Millie. Trust me, I would love to own Donald. Donald practically feels like my own character at this point, but again, it's not really like something. The character himself is not public domain. If it's Steamboat Willie, and then you can turn him into a markable puppet. I don't think I can. I do think that violates Disney's like trademark. Would you sign a deal if someone wanted to do a Hatman and Donald collaboration? It depends on what the collaboration is. Like, if it's ownership of the show, then no. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Well, even then, like, not even just Steamboat Willie Mickey, because, like, I know there was, like, actual... Because apparently there's, like, other, iterations of Mickey that's like, under public domain now. Because, like, a lot more, like, a lot more stuff has come out, you know, since, the public domain. Like, a lot more cartoons have entered in the public domain now, with, 2025. Now 2026, actually. So, I don't know. I don't know if, like, Hatman and Donald Mickey falls under public domain or not, but, I don't know. Guess, that whole thing's really messy. I only wish it was just simple. I wish it was a lot more simple than that. I know Oswald is public domain. But yeah, I just can't call him Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, but yeah. Son of a bitch. Yeah, these levels are kind of hard. Okay. How long are we streaming? Chat, we'll go for another 10 minutes and then we'll probably end the stream. This is kind of a cool stream though. I kind of got to talk about a lot of stuff today. So hell yeah. Hardly anyone remember him? Wait. Remember who? Oh, Oswald. Oh, because I meant right, because I mentioned Oswald just now. Yeah. Yeah, no, because like Disney, ever since like, oh my goodness, after Epic Mickey, like I don't really think like Disney's done too much with him. Like he was supposed to, Oswald was originally supposed to get a cartoon for Disney Plus, but like it got just quietly canceled, and it's like, oh, that's so fucking sad. I love Oswald though. He's like he's like genuinely Epic Mickey. Like I don't know how much I don't know how like how vocal I've been about it, but I love the Epic Mickey games. I love the Epic Mickey games a lot. Like Epic Mickey is like one of my favorite 3D platformers. And I love the world building and like the tribute it is to like the forgotten Disney lore, and like characters like Oswald and fucking Horace Horsecollar. And it's like, oh, I love these old cartoons because the thing is, while it's true I did kind of grow up with like the Miska Muska shit, I did grow up with like the old black and white Mickey Mouse cartoons as well. Like I remember my dad actually had a I remember like my fucking I remember my dad actually ended up like he actually had a one of like his houses or whatever when he was watching me, when he was babysitting me as a kid, because I didn't grow up with my dad. Oh my goodness. Because again, I didn't grow up with my dad, so there would be times where my mom like had to like I did like spend time with him like on the weekends, or like I was fuck, what was I gonna say? Where he would babysit me on the weekends. And he had like an old school TV. I know in the year fucking what, 2008 or whatever. And we used to, they used to play a bunch of old black and white cartoons like Popeye, Betty Boop, and the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. You know, I used to watch a lot of the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, and I used to watch them on YouTube as well because I remember back then everybody like the copyright law on YouTube was so like, I want to say shit, but like it was like so like it was so it was so much easier to get away with copyright on YouTube back then compared to now. There were like people would upload literal episodes, like full-on cartoons on YouTube, like even whether or not they were on their copyright, they would be on there for years. I really miss that age of YouTube. I really do. Like I used to watch a lot of the old school cartoons, like watch the old black and white cartoons. There was like the fucking the one where Mickey was training like a fighting robot. Like a boxing robot. There was one where fucking nowadays everyone's posting the post. Yeah, I remember that. I know people. I've seen that. They were legendary back then. Sorry, lenient. I misread lenient as legendary. But yeah, no. It was super lenient. That's true. It was super lenient. And like I loved watching those old cartoons as a kid, and that was like partially what. So whenever I see like so this is about Epic Mickey. So whenever I was playing Epic Mickey, I did like get me reminded about like a lot of these old cartoons like that I did watch at the time, and yeah, no, I have a lot of nostalgic value for like not only a lot of those old cartoons, but just Epic Mickey in general. And I love it just how it was contribute to all those like old cartoons. All the Angry Birds movie posts are a goldmine. Oh my goodness! Now you got me intrigued. I gotta rewatch both the Angry Birds movies soon, cause I've been glazing Angry Birds 2 a lot, but one of my friends the other day told me like how much it's like you should probably rewatch it again, because if you ask me, I think it's only gotten worse with time. And it's like, really? Because if anything, I think the first one has gone worse with time, but I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch them again. Because I remember really liking Angry Birds 2. I mean, I like both of the movies, to be fair, but I remember liking Angry Birds 2 and thinking it's generally underrated. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, dude. It's not one of Sony's finest compared to the newer stuff, but I still think the second movie is good. No, I don't expect it to be like on the same level as like, you know, Spider-Verse or fucking what other Sony movies do I like? Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be on the same level as like the Spider-Verse films or anything like that, but yeah, I remember liking Angry Birds 2 quite a bit, the movie. Not the game. The game Angry Birds 2 fucking sucks. It's awful. Okay. I mean, issue with the second and third for me is that I feel like Angry Birds. I guess I think with the second one though is like it's kind of more of like a. I guess with the second one is like it kind of like has more of an identity. Because, like, it's kind of just more of, like, its own, like, slapstick, heavy, cartoony, like, movie. Because I know what is it? I know the person who directed it was the creator of Flapjack, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know. So, I guess that's just kind of my stance on it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing for that third movie, though. That third movie looks like ass, though. Like, that one I will 100% agree with you on. That shit looks like ass. The guys are poorly made because it makes sense with high tech. I guess for me, like, the first movie, like, I like the first movie, but, like, it doesn't really feel... To me, it's like, I think the issue I have with it is that, like, it kind of starts off really slow, and as much as it's a meme with my friends, it is a little mean-spirited in the first, like, 2/3 of it. The third act is when it starts to feel like an actual Angry Birds movie. And yeah, I know the whole thing is like, oh, we were in the wrong, but I don't know, man. I felt like there was, like, portions where it just felt way too over the top and super, like, uncalled for. It's like to a point where it's like, oh, you're only sorry because you're in the wrong, basically. It's like, I don't know. I get that's the point, and I get it. It's not like it ruins the movie, but like that's kind of why I don't really look. I don't usually like hold the first one in the highest of regards, even though I do still like it, you know. Does it sound like a dumb complaint? Maybe, but I don't know. Just it kind of throws me off when I think about it more. Fucking hell, dude. I literally jumped, but okay. Looks like with Angry Birds. Yeah, and I definitely think that's not a bad approach, you know. It's like Angry Birds always just kind of had like its own like Angry Birds just kind of always just never really had like a consistent never really had consistent themes really. It just kind of did whatever. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Bomb and Chuck's dynamic with Red was really funny in the first movie, and I do think like it's stronger in the first movie compared to the second. But like, I think for me, I also just generally like Red's arc in Angry Birds 2 as well, like just so much that's kind of what makes that movie really underappreciated for me, because I think Red's arc in 2 is like really strong, and I think it's just something people overlook, you know. I get why, because the movie itself has its issues. But, oh my goodness. But I definitely think Red's arc is probably the strongest thing about the second movie. Red has a very strong arc, and I think it really coincides with, like, his character from the first movie as well, and that's why I really love Red in the second movie. Red's easily has always kind of been like my favorite character from the Angry Birds movies, not just the movies, but like the general franchise, because you know, I always saw him as like the main character, and the main characters in basic bitch answer, I know, but usually main characters are not like the main characters are usually my favorite characters in the show. It's either when it comes to any show, my favorites are usually going to be either the main character or the fan favorite. Oh god, okay. Son of a bitch. Oh, and I didn't get my fire flower. Great. Son of a bitch. Do not listen to Chuck about loving his sister too. Yeah, I'll admit, like, if I guess that's one thing I will say about 2 is, like, if you don't like 2 because of Silver, that's fair. Like, Silver is kind of, like, annoying at points. But, like, I think I like her dynamic with Red enough, you know? I definitely gotta rewatch it to see how I feel about it, because it is something that I didn't really pay much mind to when I watched it for the first time back then. Oh, Lord. Oh, my Lord. Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking enemy spam. Enemy spam. You don't think Silver was too bad? Okay. Again, I'm only just saying, like, if that's how you feel. I get it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. But yeah, before we end the stream, I'm probably gonna end it soon. I'm probably gonna end it in a minute or so. But like, is there anything else you guys want to ask me before I end the stream about Hatman and Donald, or anything Hatman series related or channel related? Because like, there's like, I surprisingly talked about a lot of things that I normally wouldn't have, but you know. I guess that's kind of what makes this a more different stream, I guess. I guess it's because I haven't, like, streamed or made content in a while. And I've only really been communicating with you guys through community posts, so if there's anything you guys want to ask me, before I end the stream, then please do so. Like, before I end it in a... Fuck, dude! Come on! Casino Royale, to be exact. Oh, you're talking about James Bond. Oh. See, I wouldn't know. How did you try to get into Canes because you love it a lot? Okay, I don't love it that much. You guys talk about it like I talk about it all the time. That was like a phase in 2022 and 3, just because it was like an inside joke. I barely say anything about it anymore. But fine, okay. So back in 2020, during the quarantine days, I actually went to downtown Disney at the mere end of 2020 on a trip. My mom and I and my family, we went to the Canes that had just opened in Anaheim during our trip there, and I had it for the first time. Like, my mom was like, you gotta try new things, Xavier, you gotta try new things. It turns out, oh my god, fucking loved it. It was great. I was like, oh my god, this chicken is so good. The fries are great. Oh my goodness, what the fuck they put in this Dr. Pepper? It was fantastic. I fucking loved it. And ever since then, I was like, all I wanted was Canes. It's ironic because Canes was only in Los Angeles for the longest time. It was funny enough. It was only until fucking I was working on the one show that I don't want to mention the name of. It was only until that moment when I was working on that show when they said, "Oh hey, we're making a Canes in Sacramento." It's like, oh, okay. I live in the Sacramento area, so why not? Like, and granted, and look, it is like this. The Canes we have here is not as good as the one in like Anaheim or even in Reno, Nevada. But like, it's still pretty damn good. Like, it's still solid. But yeah, I guess that's my whole that's the whole Canes lore backstory, I guess. You know, it's funny that you guys are talking about Canes because I literally had it today. Like a couple hours before I started this stream. Oh goodness. Go here. Oh shit. But yeah, no, let's see. You son of a bitch. But yeah, I had it again today. It was fine. It was cool. There's definitely other food places that I like more, truth be told. Like, I wouldn't say I've grown out of Canes, but it's like, it's not my favorite place in the world anymore. Fun fact, I just caught on Teapot, and while I like it so far, one kind of sucks as a villain, not gonna lie. I disagree, but I completely understand where you're coming from. See, here's my thing. Oh boy, Teapot. I actually rewatched 23, and I still like 23. But I definitely see why a lot of people weren't fucking with it. Like, do I agree that the pacing was, like, not the greatest? Oh, definitely. I definitely think it was very fast-paced. Like, it wasn't Mario movie levels fast-paced, but it was definitely, like, a little hard to keep up with at points. Let me think. The thing is, I could definitely see why people, like, said, like, did not fuck with one. But I will say, though, like, I think something a lot of people don't understand is that one's, like, one in the early game. Because, like, people like to say one's character was completely botched compared to, like, earlier on, like, in the series. When, to be fair, one was more mysterious back in early fucking hell, dude. From her introduction to Teapot 19. Like, we didn't know shit about her. That's what made Teapot 20 so interesting when we eventually did get her backstory and we did get to see it. We finally got to see the cracks unfold and see her finally get the... No, I didn't get that Whopper ad. We got to see we got to see the cracks unfold with one, and we finally got to see her true self and true, like, generally how the power's, like, getting to her head. Because once she got that power, that's when she became a lot more, like, chaotic and, like, a lot more, like, fucking brutally insane. And that's the thing, when it, with someone like 4, the thing is with someone like 4 and 1, like, I don't think they could really handle that level of power. Which, honestly, that's probably why, 2 isn't, like, anywhere near as or anywhere near, like, on the same level as, like, insanity as someone like 1 or 4, because 2 never really had as much power as 4 or 1. Like, definitely, I think when it comes to it's kind of like so I don't know if you guys have seen My Hero Academia. I've only watched season 1 and part of season 2, but something that I feel I could kind of, I know it's a weird thing to bring up, but is there something that you should know about the show? Is that like the main character Midoriya, like he wants to be like an actual like a superhero with an extraordinary power, because he wasn't born with one, but he's given a power from like his mentor. But of course, his body physically cannot handle the power that was given to it. That he was given. So he has to train to work up to that. And that's kind of what I'm drawing the correlation with one's power, you know? With the power one's receiving from all the Algebralians. You love MHA? Hell yeah. Nice. Love to see that. So that's kind of, in a way, that's, so while I totally get, and like I totally understand why you don't like one as a villain, I guess for me it's hard for me to say that because I kind of see it from that's how I personally see it, or at least that's kind of what I see the perspective of it, rather than like you know, one being like just badly written. I definitely think there's hints to it. I think Teapot's writing, like, when you look at it on a base level, Teapot's not the most, let's be real, Teapot has its flaws, and, like, it is not, like, there are times where it looked, like, where you look at it on base level, it doesn't look like it's very well thought out. But when you look at it from a different perspective, the more you start to understand why some decisions were made or what they're going for, and you learn to appreciate it. At least that's what I feel. To be fair, I've had this mindset ever since I read the ending to the manga of Oshinoko, which, again, that I know I've talked to death about how that ending is fucking bad, but I don't hate it anywhere near as much as a lot of other people do, because when it comes to, like, overall trying to understand what they were trying to do with the ending, and overall what, like, how they were trying to portray, like, the characters, it makes, to me, it makes sense when I look from it from a different perspective. It doesn't automatically make all the criticisms against it invalid, but it makes me understand what they're going for, and at least makes me appreciate the intents that were being made. And that's similarly how I feel about Teapot. It's like, do I agree with most of the decisions that they've made? Not entirely, of course, but I definitely see why. I definitely see why they made those decisions. That even if I'm not big on them, I can see why they were made. And I think people give Teapot, and I think Teapot gets a lot of shit for, like, things I don't think a lot of people really understand, or at least they don't, like, understand as much as like it would, bleh. Or they would, like, understand to the level I would, you know. And that's fine, you know. Art is meant to be interpreted in multiple different ways. It's not a crime. It's not like against humanity or anything like that. But I'm giving my perspective because hopefully it'll at least, like, hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from, you know? It's not to change your opinion or to say, like, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, I'm right. Because that's stupid. The point I'm making is that this is personally my interpretation, and if it opens up your eyes, great. If it doesn't, and if it doesn't really change your mind, also great. And that's not my intention is never to just, like, change someone's opinion to be exactly like my own. But more so, it's like, I like hearing different interpretations because I think that's what the discussion could sometimes be the most important, can seem to be the most fascinating part of the I guess discourse and discussions and different interpretations is part of what makes art so, like, interesting to talk about, like story related media to talk about, you know. I already hate this level, holy shit. 1 was the reason, 3 was in that state, of course, and the other numbers don't, of course, the other. Don't trust her. Oh yeah, no, of course, definitely. You're gonna go? Alright, see you later, Millie. But yeah, again, that's kind of why I get what you're talking about when you say that 1's not a good, when you hate 1 as a villain. There's definitely a lot of reasons why. There's definitely 1 and just the Dialogy Brilliance in general are just, like, really, like, a huge mixed bag with the fans. And I definitely see why. But like I guess I personally respect what they're going for, though. You know, I don't mind what they're going for. I personally respect it. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Dude, there's so many fucking enemies in there. In that fucking area. I just wish there was a fucking fire flower or something. Fucking hell, dude. I hate the way he jumps, too. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this level and then I'm gonna end it. I was looking at chat. Actually, let me check something. But yeah, I think after this I am probably gonna like try to contact some more animators, or not, well, not contact, but like try to get in touch with some animators, or try to, I don't know. But yeah, I guess back onto Hatman and Donald's discussion, actually, because like I do want to talk about that a little bit more. I do have like a whole funding, not funding plan, but like I do actually have like a plan. I do hope to like make merch for like Hatman in general for the summer. I probably should make up some designs tonight for like t-shirts. So I do have like a teaser store, but like I haven't officially launched it yet because like I'm still like I'm coming up with the designs for it. Oh, you fucking bitch. There's all these guys right here. Oh my goodness. Finally, made it past that point. You son of a bitch. Ooh. That was close. Okay, and the flagpole's right there. Okay, you son of a fucking bitch, dude. Son of a bitch. I barely touched it. I barely fucking touched that, but okay. Okay. God, yeah, this game has gone... these bonus stages are actually pretty fucking hard. Pamel goes man 807. Hello, welcome to the stream. I forgot I was supposed to end it a little while ago, but we'll finish this level. We'll finish this level and like maybe this last world, and I'll go. Oh my goodness, the hitboxes, man. The hitboxes are insane. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, bro. These hitboxes suck. Okay, oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently, I've gotten word apparently that like somebody apparently got harassed off of like X because of like they said they like Sonic Frontiers. And I'm like, are we fucking for real, dog? Are you fucking serious? Ugh. It's like, I don't know, man. This is not to throw more shade at the Sonic community, because, like, you know, Sonic community gets a lot of shit already. But, like, I swear, some of these motherfuckers just cannot just... They have to take everything so fucking personal. People just have to take things so goddamn personal these days, and I don't like, I hate that shit, bro. It's not even personal, they're just being fucking dicks over something. It's not that serious. Okay. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna finish this world. I'm gonna finish this level, and then we're gonna end the stream. But, yeah, I really do hope that, again, I'm probably not gonna be very active this month on this channel, but I hope next month will be a better month. I'm gonna try to finish that ranking that I was talking about, like, last month, for next month, because I need to finish that soon, before the year ends, because I'm not doing 2026. Because, again, I don't want that shit to be outdated. I jumped on his head, bro. I jumped on his head. What are these hitboxes? You son of a bitch. Okay, jump, jump. You stupid fuck. These hitboxes suck. Chat, what are we doing? What are we doing, dog? You son of a bitch. Come on, jump. I feel like I'm playing fucking Mario Maker, dude. Alrighty. Okay, chat. Yeah. That was fucking annoying. Not annoying, but like, all right, we're not gonna do D1 yet. Maybe next stream we'll do it. Okay, there's no pause menu. I guess I could just close out of it now. Maybe eventually I'll play through World D and then we'll finish the game. But as of now, I think that's gonna be it for the stream. That being said, you know the drill. Episode 5 re-edit will be coming out within the next 2 months. Won't be too long. And that's mostly all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Keep on being happy Super Hat fans, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys. Goodbye.